Welcome to the Quick and Dirty Show with Nat and Marks, the best place to be to get step-by-step strategies to live a healthier life and lose weight with ease. On today's episode, I'm covering a question from an audience member that hit home for me, and I wanted to create an episode around it because it's not the first time that I've been asked this question. The question is, how often should I weigh myself? When I feel like my nutrition game is on, I'm okay to step on the scale every single day. But when my nutrition game is off, even if only for a few days, I avoid the scale at all costs. I'm inconsistent and all over the map. What do you recommend? That's a great question and one that definitely hits home for me personally. I used to hop on the scale every single day, and depending on the number that showed up, I would allow it to totally rule my day. Mentally, I've come a long way since those days, but I remember the feeling and I know exactly how you feel about staying away from the scale on certain days. I have a few tips and advice to share with you that'll help, but first, I want to say congratulations for measuring your progress, no matter how inconsistent it may be. Measurement is a huge indicator of your progress and your success if weight loss is what you're after. Now, before I get into the number of times you should actually step on the scale, I want to touch on why measuring and tracking your progress is so important. First off, measuring and tracking your progress gives you certainty that you're on the right track because numbers don't lie. You'll also clearly know if the behaviors that you've changed are the ones that are making a difference. Therefore, you'll know if you should continue with those changes or not. And it'll show you your progress over time, which is what we're looking for. Measuring isn't just a one and done activity. It should be done regularly and kept track of so that you can gauge your progress. Because the truth is, the scale won't go down every week, and some weeks it'll go up. But before you decide to throw in the towel with the weight loss changes you've adopted or deem it not working, if you track your progress, you'll be able to step back and clearly see your progress again over time because the data doesn't lie. It can tell you how your body is responding to different portions, different foods, nutrition choices, and exercise. And because every body is different, what your body responds to may not be the same as your spouse, even a friend. So now that I gave you a bit of info about how important measuring and tracking your results is, let me tackle the question of how often you should be measuring your progress and stepping on the scale. So when it comes to this, my guideline is 1 time per week. Choose a particular day of the week and weigh yourself in the morning, after you pee, but before you work out or before you get dressed. This will give you the most consistent data to track your results and progress. Now, the scale can be a bit of a mind game. If the number is up, you might feel angry or frustrated and want to quit. If the number is down, you're feeling high on life and maybe like a treat is justified. You must remember that it's just a number, and we're not allowing a silly little number to dictate our moods or attach it to our own self-worth. The reality is our bodies aren't designed to lose weight every single week. I'm not saying that to make you feel good. It's just science. So don't set yourself up for failure with unrealistic weight expectations. If you're just starting out and have some weight to lose, you're going to see results faster than if you've been at this for a long time and you're almost at your goal. Some weeks, the number is going to go up. Some weeks, the number will go down. Use the number as a reflection point. If the number did go up, was there something you did or didn't do to reflect that? Ask yourself the same question if the number went down. Was there something that you believe contributed to that? Use the data like a scientist would and remove yourself and your self-worth from the result. I can't stress this enough. I track my weight every week. Every Thursday morning, I hop on the scale to make sure I'm on the right track. Does my number go up sometimes? It sure do. Does my number go down sometimes? Of course it does. This is normal. Scale fluctuations are 100%, 1000% normal, and especially with women. And so what I do with my number, I scrawl it in my agenda each week so that I can easily flip back and I can see my progress. There's no need to waste time getting all fancy with the apps and calculators if you don't want to. It can be as easy as scratching a number in your planner or in your phone while you're on the go. Now, when I was in weight loss mode, this number, that weekly number, was more than just a quick scrawl in my agenda. When I was learning to listen to my hunger and fullness cues, I also tracked my portions. I tracked how many portions of carbs, protein, veggies, and fat I was eating at each meal. And this was integral in figuring out the right balance for me, because it is going to be different for everyone. And when it comes to stepping on the scale, I have some expectations that you just might want to consider. If I just came back from vacation and haven't been drinking enough water, if I haven't been going to the bathroom as often, and otherwise maybe feeling a little bit bloaty, I absolutely skip a week. Depending on which day of the week I start my period, I'll sometimes skip a week or even change the day that I weigh myself. Now, I'll allow myself to skip a week depending on what's going on, but never 2 in a row. Did you catch that? I'm going to say it again. I'll allow myself to skip 1 week depending on what's going on, but never 2 in a row. Because it's so much easier to course correct early than if you let it go for 3 or 4 weeks or even longer. Now, if you want more strategies like this, head over to natandmarks.ca/free course and sign up for the free course. You'll get a free video training packed with strategies for losing weight with ease. This stuff seriously works. Now I'd love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway from this episode, and what, if anything, will you change when it comes to weighing yourself and using specific measurements to track your progress? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And remember, why settle for average when greatness is within your reach? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week on The Quick and Dirty Show.